the most innovative and prolific snooker player of his generation, or a player who will never be a true great due to his lack of world titles? Just how good is Judd Trump? As a break builder, it's hard not to be in awe of Judd Trump. He is a master at making big breaks and is the only player in history to have made 100 centuries in a season twice during his career. He is second on the all-time list behind only Ronnie O'Sullivan, ahead of all-timers such as Hendry and John Higgins, further illustrating his quality in this area, which is also the case for the 50+ breaks, as Judd makes one every 2.52 frames, second only to Ronnie. Judd's break building cannot be compared to those such as Hendry and O'Sullivan, or even someone like Ding Junhui. Those players have an almost surgical level of precision of controlling the white ball. Judd himself is more of a battering ram of a break builder. He plays to his strengths of potting balls. He doesn't possess the finesse of an O'Sullivan, and he knows this, so he develops the reds earlier than most, attempting to scatter them all over the table, which gives him more margin for error with his cue ball control. For me, Judd reminds me of a Novak Djokovic type player in tennis or a Cristiano Ronaldo in football. His mind is always on making centuries, and I genuinely think there hasn't been a player more motivated to make big breaks than Judd. Ronnie is more like a Federer or a Messi type player. He just wants to play well, and if he does, the breaks take care of themselves. Judd is different in that even when he's playing badly, his eye is still on making breaks and trying to stay on the table, which I think is a huge strength and is why he's one of the best break builders of all time. In one of my earlier videos, which was 5 unpopular snooker opinions, I argued that Judd Trump's long potting, while eye-catching, was sometimes overstated by pundits. My argument was that players such as Shaun Murphy and Neil Robertson consistently post higher long pot success rates over tournaments than Judd does. My point was that Judd's long potting is usually a lot bolder and aggressive than others, and due to the availability heuristic, we believe Judd to be the best in this area. My assessment of Judd's long potting is that it is very good, but I don't think it's the best in the world. I actually think under pressure, Judd's long potting can become wayward, and sometimes he finds it difficult to turn down a low percentage shot when he's playing badly, because he knows that if he pots it, he'll win the frame and match quicker. There's no doubt that Judd's cue power and overall ability mean that when he does pot them, they look sensational, and some of the long pots he knocks in are some of the best I've ever seen. So overall, he's a top quality long potter, but I'd say he lacks the consistency of a Shaun Murphy in this area to be considered one of the best long potters in the world. When Judd Trump burst onto the scene in 2011, his safety play was simply non-existent. Nowadays, he is one of the best in the world at tactical play. It is his most improved asset by a long way. Judd plays more frames than probably anyone, so he has learned that he can't always be making 50+ breaks and blowing players away, especially if he is in poor form, for instance. Judd loves winning and wants to win every frame he plays, so he's learned, if my safety play is world class, even when my potting isn't, I can still win matches. One of the things I love about Judd's tactical game is that it is so aggressive. He wants to open the balls up as much as possible with his safety shots, something which I think he has picked up from watching Ronnie O'Sullivan, who is a master at this, when he puts his mind to it. Aside from the Selbys and the John Higginses of this world, Judd's safety is as good as anyone's. It is simply top draw. Hey guys, you seem to really enjoy this style of video in my last one, where I analysed the great Hendry. Take a look at that one when you can, because it is a great dive into a legend's career. If you're enjoying my analysis of Judd, hit the like button and drop a comment below. Now this is a bit of a banana skin for Trump. You're probably thinking, Bay's breakdown, he just told us his safety plays up there with the best and he plays as many frames as anyone. Surely Judd's temperament has got to be good. Well sure, Judd's temperament is good. It's good, but I don't think it's one of his strengths. Judd seems to have an aura of invincibility around him when he's playing well and making big breaks. All great champions have had that. Hendry, O'Sullivan, Selby. When they're playing well, you watch them and just don't see how they can lose. However, you don't always play well, and when Judd doesn't, you can see chinks in his armour. Take the World Championship for example. Judd has only turned up twice in his career playing his A game in Sheffield, and that's when he won in 2019 and lost in the final in only his second appearance in 2011. Throughout his time as a top pro, he's lost countless matches in the World Championship that he shouldn't have lost, and if his temperament had been better, I'm sure he would have won. 2012, when he lost to Ali Carter in a final frame decider, was one instance. 2016, losing to Ding in the second round, was another. But in my mind, the most famous of these came in 2024, when Judd lost 13-9 to Jack Jones in the quarterfinals. Judd was out of sorts all match and really looked like he didn't want to be there. One bad shot followed another, and you could tell he just wanted to put his cue away and run out the venue. You don't see that with someone like Mark Williams, who you never could tell if he's playing badly or not. Judd Trump is a great bet against anyone on his day, so let's have a look at his head-to-heads against direct rivals as of the 4th of September 2025. Trump 16, O'Sullivan 18, Trump 26, 18 Robertson, Trump 23, 18 Selby, Trump 26 all with Higgins, they've drawn 1, Trump 23-12 with Williams, Trump 20-17 with Kyron Wilson, and Trump 14-19 Allen, drawn 1. As you can see, Judd performs pretty well against his peers, but has negative ratios against Ronnie O'Sullivan, I mean who doesn't, and Mark Allen. Throughout the season, I expect Judd to win most of his big matches due to his quality and consistency, but I'd keep an eye on the big matches during the Triple Crown events and major TV tournaments to see how he does. For me, Judd Trump is truly one of the best snooker players of all time. I know he may not have won the same amount of titles as Ronnie O'Sullivan or Stephen Hendry, but the way he plays and his level of performance over the past decade has been truly sensational. His breakbuilding has brought a new style to the art with his battering ram type approach, and his overall match play has become top class. He definitely has weaknesses. Any snooker fan will tell you his technique is flawed due to the way he cues up behind the ball, aiming left to centre before reverting to the centre of the ball during a strike, which can cause issues when he's not playing well. Also, his temperament could potentially cause him problems at the latter stages of the World Championship, for example, where I feel he can get weaker at times. However, altogether, Judd is a truly world-class snooker player who at the end of his career could be considered rubbing shoulders with the Hendrys of this world. He could end his career with the most career centuries and ranking titles of any snooker player, which wouldn't necessarily make him the GOAT, but it could definitely put him in the conversation. So his overall ranking then. I gave him 10 out of 10 for breakbuilding. He's second only to Ronnie O'Sullivan in the 50 plus statistics. His long potting, 8.5 out of 10, very good. Tactical play, 9 out of 10, world class. Temperament, 7 out of 10, probably his weakness. And his head-to-heads, 8 out of 10. Few players get the better of him here and there, but mostly very, very good. His total, 42.5 out of 50, which sneaks him in the generational class. Controversial. Judd's A game puts him up there with Hendry and O'Sullivan levels of quality. The praise he gets for his overall play is rightly deserved, and he is a brilliant world number one and one of the frontmen of our sport. There are chinks in his armour, he does have technical flaws, and he does have an inconsistent temperament. But altogether, I don't think you can argue against Judd Trump being a generational player. But what do you think? Do you think I've overrated Judd, or do you agree that he's one of the best ever? Let me know down below. Thanks guys.